So I haven't done a propaganda breakdown in a while. So let's get into it.
Okay, let's try to wrap our heads around this. This is at a back to school event in Utah, and you have this person who is doing the same exact actions as a stripper would or a burlesque dancer would.
So the claim is a back to school event hosted a drag show. And while that's true, there is one convenient piece that she left out. What type of school? If you look at the advertisement for the drag show, you see it's put on by an organization called the Rainbow Collective. But that still doesn't tell us what type of school it is, so let's look a little further. The official Instagram page for the Rainbow Collective lists it as a community space for BYU's LGBTQ plus students and allies to share stories and support one another. It even lists that it does have back to school pride. But what school is BYU? BYU is Brigham Young University, meaning a college, a university, held a back to school drag event. I wonder why in her propaganda she wouldn't mention that it was a back to school event for a university. It seems like that would be an important piece to know if she wasn't trying to do something like, say, create a false narrative. The next piece is she goes in claiming that the drag queens were doing stripper-type moves or burlesque dancer moves. The video clip she used is showing a drag queen doing a split. This completely ignores the other forms of dance outside of stripping or burlesque that do splits. By that logic, ballet dancers are now doing stripper or burlesque moves. Now I will say this, that event was advertised as all ages. Meaning, like most all ages events, there's not going to be nudity. There may be some stuff that you're not comfortable with, but there's other activities that you can enjoy and not take part in that. Kind of like when you go to a state fair. There's going to be things you're not interested in, you don't want to see, or you don't want your children doing. So you as the parent make the decision, do you let them do that part, or do you find something else within the event that you feel is appropriate for your children? If you as a parent do not feel comfortable with your child going to that event or seeing drag queens, don't go. But the propaganda around the term all ages event from the right has just become extreme. The official Texas GOP Twitter complained that a drag event was all ages and would be serving alcohol. And that's not the only Twitter account making that complaint. The drag show says all ages and openly advertises alcohol. Another example, but the event is advertised with alcohol sales. Implying that LGBTQIA plus friendly events that serves alcohol or grooming children completely ignores the heteronormative activities that happen every day that also involve alcohol. Who's going to tell Applebee's they're no longer family friendly and are grooming children? And don't get me started on Hooters offering free kids meals on certain days. A restaurant named after the slang term for a woman's anatomy that openly serves alcohol and has their serving staff in sexualized outfits advertising free kids meals. The same people that complain about the LGBTQIA plus community have no problem going to church on Sunday, loading their entire family in the car, and going right afterwards to Hooters, because some Hooters offer free kids meals on Sundays. They're also not making content complaining about the sexualization of children in children's beauty pageants, but that's for a discussion at another time. But in summary, when you hear these claims, listen to see what piece of information they're leaving out, like that it's a university, not a middle school.